Standing PPT spinal flexion stretch. In this exercise, what you want to do is stand with your feet parallel. And then what you want to do is bring your pelvis into a posteriorly pelvic tilted position with your chin on your chest. So you are actually flexing your spine in this exercise. You'll stand with your heels 4 to 8 inches away from the wall. Chin to chest, posteriorly pelvic tilt. Keep the hands on the legs. Come just past the knees. When you get there, slowly roll back up, one vertebrae at a time. This exercise is to be done slow. So you're rolling down one vertebrae at a time, coming up one vertebrae at a time. When you get to the top position, you're going to keep your pelvis in a slightly posteriorly pelvic tilted position. Hold that pelvic position and extend fully in your thoracic spine. So when extended to full end range of thoracic extension, roll the scapula to retraction, depression, head up, and then repeat into the next round. For fitness doctor practitioners, it's important to know, like, why would you do this exercise, right? Who needs this exercise? This exercise is for someone who is more genetically and environmentally geared towards having a clinical anterior pelvic tilt, more of a sway back hyperlordosis. Right? And I would actually genetically fall into that category. So this would actually be a good exercise for me, for example, with more of a hyperlordosis and more of a sway back, which is just genetic. So, of course, that can be continually corrected and improved upon to a certain degree. But this is exercises for that type of people where tight hip flexors, really tight lower back, hyperlordosis. So really only give this exercise to those people. You do not want your clients that have posterior pelvic tilt and kyphosis doing this exercise. It makes zero sense. So do not give this exercise to those people. Because, what happens is someone with hyperlordosis is in this position where they're actually usually pretty good at pushing the hips back, hip hinging, and extending in the thoracolumbar junction, using hyperlordosis here in the lower back. And so what you're doing is beginning to gear them for motor control in the exact opposite direction, which is posterior pelvic tilt, chin on the chest, going into spinal flexion, getting some mobility and even some light strength in the spinal erectors, coming down, and also you're training them, keeping that slight posterior pelvic tilt, coming up to end range thoracic extension. You're getting them to learn thoracic extension versus thoracolumbar extension, and also keeping the pelvis aligned all simultaneously. Awesome exercise for those with clinical anterior pelvic tilt.